Doubleheader video for you today. You got rookies signing their deals, offensive line being hot garbage, and I'm going to address some of your guys' questions from last video. Let's jump into this. What is up, Finn fans? Like I said in my little cheesy intros that I do before every video, bunch of rookies signed their contracts. We're going to talk about them. We're going to break down probably one that is the most important. Well, to me anyway. I'm going to talk about how bad that offensive line was last year. And I'm going to address some of you guys' questions from last video where I gave my depth chart. So without further ado, let's jump into it. There's 6 rookies that have signed their contracts. There are 5 Dolphin rookies who have yet to sign their contracts. This is going to be a big deal. It's not going to be like, oh my God, they haven't signed, they're going to hold out. No, that doesn't really happen. Some players might hold out just for a little bit more guaranteed money. But recently with the new CBA, it's all structured. Because if you guys noticed probably about like 6-7 years ago, sometimes these first round picks would get ridiculous money and they would hold out and they wouldn't be in training camp and they would not be in preseason just because they wanted more money in their rookie deal. Now that's not a thing with the new CBA. There is structure. So for the people that have signed, Raekwon Davis has signed, Jason Strawbridge has signed, Curtis Weaver, Solomon Kinley, and Blake Ferguson have signed, and of course today it was announced that Tua Tagovailoa has signed his rookie contract. They gave me the breakdown for that one, so I'm going to give you the breakdown for that one. It's the quarterback. The quarterback is usually the most expensive guy on the team, and with having a young, athletic, good quarterback teamed up with Josh Rosen, another young, athletic, good quarterback, we kind of have, a good dual threat at quarterbacks, and they're cheap, very, very cheap. So Tua, 4 years, $30.2 million. Over the next 4 years, he's making this year 5.5, next year 6.8, the year after 8.2, and his final year in 2024, he's making $9.6 million. And of course, there's the 5th year option. So he's getting roughly, you divide it up, he's getting about $7 million a year. But this year, the cap hit is only $5.5 million. So like I said, Tua, 4 years, $32.2 million. I think with his hip injury and him dropping from potentially being a number 1 to being a number 5, I think he lost around $7 million in that drop. But I feel like he's very happy to be in Miami. We can all tell he wanted to be in Miami. A lot of his family wanted to be in Miami, and a lot of us wanted him to be in Miami. So Tua signs his rookie deal. The people that haven't signed yet: Noah Igbenogany, Austin Jackson, Robert Hunt, Brandon Jones, and Malcolm Perry have not signed yet, but don't feel like, holy moly, it might not have happened yet. But I will say this: you'll notice that some of these rookies, you'll see pictures of them signing. Like Tua hasn't physically signed yet, but he's agreed to terms of that contract. Until you see him sign, then they officially signed. But with the other 5, they're going to sign. It's just a process now. It's not as easy as bringing everyone into the building. You sign your contract. Here's your playbook. Here's what the plan is. We'll see you in a week or 2 for OTAs, rookie minicamp, this and that. It's not happening that way anymore. So it's going to take a process. It's going to take a process. But like I said, 6 have signed, 5 are waiting. I bet you 5 are going to sign tomorrow, or 3 are going to sign tomorrow. That's normally what happens. Like I said in my Taco Charlton video, I said, watch Charles Harris be traded or cut while you're watching this, and it happened. So I bet you while you're watching this, some more rookies have signed their contracts. Now, I want to talk about the offensive line last year before I get into your comments/questions from my last video. Last year's offensive line was bad, and we know it was bad. Leading rusher was a quarterback, constantly getting sacked, no rushing lanes for the running backs. We were a bad team. Lower ranked offense, defense. It was bad on both sides of the trenches. It was a bad team. But you never really figure out how bad it is until you start looking at rankings. And it was bad. Now, out of 171 qualified offensive linemen, here is the rankings of Dolphin offensive linemen that have played for us on our offensive line last year. Dieter, who's still on the team, was ranked 146 out of 171. Bam, ranked 149 out of 171. Calhoun, ranked 165 out of 171. Davenport, 116. Calhoun was 165 out of 71. Davenport, 169 out of 171. Jesse Davis, who I was defending because I liked his play towards the second half of the season, but I feel like that play towards the second half of the season didn't really do much. He was ranked 170 out of 171. And coming in last was Jamarcus Webb, 171 out of it. He was the worst offensive lineman last year, Jamarcus Webb, which sucks because his relative Richmond Webb is one of the best Dolphin offensive lineman left tackles to ever play the game. So the Dolphins had about two that weren't bad, Dieter and Bam. Dieter, 146 out of 171. Ain't great, but it's better than being 165, 169, 170, 171. Bad. Offensive line was bad, really bad. Seeing Jesse Davis being that low breaks my heart because I watched him play and I see him grow and I see him getting better and I see him doing his thing. But I still to this day, and if you guys go back and watch the video, I think that they gave him that contract extension way too soon. Way too soon. So Jesse Davis being second to last, it breaks my heart. We'll see if he gets better with better guys helping him. Because again, everyone that helped him was doo-doo. So he can't do everything, but I can't use that excuse. Hopefully he does better this year. If not, he will be gone. Again, they should not have given him that contract extension so very soon. It was bad. Offensive line was bad last year. The fact that we won 5 games and the fact that Fitz looked somewhat good and looked somewhat promising behind such a bad offensive line, you got to give Fitz some credit. You really do got to give the man some credit. And that's going to jump into kind of comment of the day. So, like I usually say, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think of the rookie signings. What do you think of our offensive line being so bad? But I feel like both of those things, you guys are mostly going to be like, no duh. Like the rookie signings, it is what it is. And our offensive line being so bad, it's like, no duh, Doug. The offensive line, we physically saw with our eyes how bad it was. But let's go to jump into essentially comment of the day. I'm going to address a bunch of things from earlier today's video about the depth chart. One of the things being Fitzpatrick. I was just saying how well he did and how he deserves to play it behind a better offensive line. And I did say in my video that I put up a scenario. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because I've read a bunch of comments saying, you trade Fitz? But it's taken out of context. Because if you go back and watch what I actually said, I said if Rosen does better than Fitz and Tua does better than Fitz, right into the season with 2 young guys, why not trade him to a quarterback needy team and get something for him? Not saying I would, not saying I want to, but I'm saying if in that scenario it plays out where Rosen and Tua are better than him or balling out or showing we can do this, there's no point in having Fitz on the team. Yes, Fitz can help and tutor Rosen and especially Tua, but if they're playing better, I wouldn't be against it. Not saying I want it and not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just scenarios. So that's one. The other one, got this comment a lot. Where's Malcolm Perry in your depth chart, Doug? Why don't you have Malcolm Perry in your depth chart? Malcolm Perry, Doug. I understand that. The reason I didn't put him in my depth chart, Swiss Army knife. He's going to play wide receiver. He's going to play running back. He might even play quarterback at some point in a special package. Reason I didn't have him in my depth chart is because of that exact situation. Also, 7th round pick. We got to see what he can do on this team. We got to see if the speed of the game and the speed of college, he can equal it. But again, main reason, he's going to be all over the field. That's the reason I didn't have him in my depth chart. Again, Malcolm Perry, if he does what he did in Navy and from the film I've seen, he'll make the team. There's no doubt about it. He'll make the team. He'll be a great asset to this team. But that's the reason why I didn't have him on my depth chart. Other person, Camus Gregor Hill, linebacker from the Eagles we picked up. A lot of you guys are saying, Doug, why don't you have him in the depth chart? For me, personally, he's a special teamers. I like Roberts better, the guy we picked up from the Patriots. I don't see them running with too many linebackers, so Roberts might not even be there. He might just be a special teamer, practice squatter type guy. I don't even know off the top of my head if he's eligible for practice squad, but there's a reason that Gruger Hill, I didn't have him on there. It's because I think Roberts is better. And when it came to how many linebackers I would have, he didn't make the cut. So he would be a special teamer. Not saying he's bad. Again, just want to really say it was a 1.0 depth chart, meaning I'm going to have more. I didn't even know who the heck Sam McGuavin was when we signed him. We signed a Sam McGuavin from the Canadian Football League, had no idea who he was. He starts performing. He starts doing well in training camp and OTAs. And then all of a sudden, you guys notice I learned his name and I started banging the table for Sam McGuavin. Then preseason came and he was doing really well again. Sam McGuavin, Sam McGuavin. If you even look at the stats, he's actually one of the top guys on our team when it came to defensive plays last year. So, you know, you never know. All of a sudden I might be talking about, you know, Roberts or Grugier Hill. I don't say people's names right. Again, a lot of these guys, a lot of the people that I don't have in the depth charts, because we'll see. They're either practice squad players like Fedulum. You know, I had him in there just because safety depth, but they're practice squad players, or undrafted guys will start to shine. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, look at this guy. He's killing it. He's killing it. Preseason, still killing it. Then all of a sudden his name starts to raise up those ranks. So that's why I said it's a 1.0 depth chart. I'm going to do so many more, especially when I start to see more players play, more guys doing their thing. You never know. The Dolphins might sign another player. They might look at the offensive line and think, wow, we need some more help on this offensive line. Hey, what about this guy? Hey, what about that guy? That's why I named it 1.0. But like I said, thank you guys for the comments. I always read you guys' comments, especially when it came to that video, because a lot of you guys had questions and a lot of you guys were like, wait, what about this? And what about that? So I always read your guys' comments. I always try to comment back on you guys just to give you guys an insight, especially when you guys are asking for the comment of the day. But that's going to be the video. Short video today. I want to talk about the signings, especially a Tua signing, give you guys a contract breakdown. I want to talk about how bad the offensive line was and address some of your guys' questions. So you got a quick little late video from me. I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I was breaking out some things on Twitter. As soon as the contract broke and all the other signings happen, I'll do it on Twitter. I normally do it on Twitter first, and then I come here, sit down, make my notes, record it, edit it, all that stuff. So it takes a little bit longer. But be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Be sure to check out the Bit Boys on my second channel, DouglieDoWrong. I'm going to start posting there more. Bit Boys are going to start posting on that podcast, all that stuff. So if you like what you see, go over, check it out. Hit that subscribe button. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, guys, news breaks, things break. I'm going to give you guys a video on it. Will it be right away? If I can, I will. If not, you get it like this. I got a ton of videos planned. Ricky Williams video planned. I got a lot planned for you guys. So be sure to hit that thumbs up. Be sure to check out Dolphins Talk, because you can also see my content there and other Dolphin content. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I think it's over here. It's over somewhere. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm going live Saturday, 1 p.m. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell so you know when the videos go live, when I go live. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Probably going to be on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video, and definitely Saturday at 1 p.m. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.